I popped up a picture on our Instagram of our home before and then after we did our addition.
Yes.
And I got so many questions, so then I popped up a little question box because I feel like we started this kind of after, like social media after.
We kind of, it was like in the middle. No.
I was doing it by myself. Like
yeah, you were. Yeah, I wasn't really involved.
No, you weren't, because I was still at the salon. You
yeah,
weren't
I was
involved.
still power washing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
And then like I feel like it was like towards the end was when that we started social media, so we didn't really document it, and I didn't realize how many questions we would have.
Yeah.
And I wish I took more pictures, but I will incorporate as many as I can.
I also wish we took more pictures.
I know.
Taking a lot of pictures would have
Oh
been
yeah,
better.
I wish we took more pictures. So I will pop up the pictures I do have of like the house prior. And then I will also do a little bit of a house tour. Keep in mind, our home is always a mess because we live in it.
Our home is never a mess. We live in it, but it's literally never a mess. At night, every night, almost every night, I'll
Some of these are going to be hard. What is the name of the color of the siding?
Oh, I know. Well, it's, hold on. My brain stopped working. Because we have two different sidings, though.
Yeah, so we have...
It's,
I can't think of the name. So we have... What's the type that we have out front?
that's Cedar Impressions.
Cedar
up top.
Impressions out front. And
And
it's
then we
like...
have Stacked Stone on the front.
Yeah. We have to figure out the name. Approximate cost to add a second floor. Like, what was the approximate cost of our addition?
So we had some unfortunate things happen while we were doing, because you can't call it an addition. We went down to the studs, to literally base floor.
So pretty much due to the loan that we were getting, we couldn't knock it down.
Yes.
So we had to hold on to something.
Yes.
And unfortunately, when we were doing that, we got a storm when they took the roof off.
Yeah. They finished framing. They finished doing the outside, and then I bought them a tarp, and the person never put the tarp on. So we had a really bad nor'easter in January of 22. And prior to that, we've always had a finished basement. We've always had a fully finished basement. And I had redid the kitchen in 2017 or 2017 or 2018, whatever it was. So the kitchen was ultimately only 2 years old, 3 years old. And the house flooded, the entire kitchen, the ceiling fell, all the cabinets got destroyed, the entire basement flooded out. I had to rip out everything that we had already finished. That added probably close to an extra $80,000, $80,000, something like that we were not accounting for. And unfortunately, I made a bad judgment call when we were doing it, as far as not putting it through insurance, to try to help somebody out. But it is what it is. It just ended up costing me a ton more, and honestly, it was painful. But in reality, what it cost us to do the house, probably around $350.
$350.
Before, yeah, well, including the $80,000, we're closer to like $425, $430.
Okay, so including that, and then too, keep in mind we did ours in 2022.
Yes.
So prices have increased a ton.
Drastically, and I did a ton of work myself.
That's an expert. A lot of people ask if you did it yourself. Dave did do as much as he can, but we did have contractors too. Like you have subcontractors, like the plumber, the electrician, the framer.
Anyone that was in the trades, we used like our framing. I had a framing contractor. I had a plumber, an electrician. I have a security guy who came in and did like all the wiring for the cat cables, because I hardwired this house. Bay safety and security.
Yeah, they're amazing. Bay safety.
They're here all the time. I love them.
Yeah, and our plumber was great too.
Our plumber was great, Matt Wolfcotti.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Then did you live in the house while renovating?
We did not.
No, we could not. We're a family of 6. There was no way. Ava was extremely young. She was only like 1 turning 2.
Yeah. The only benefit of that loan.
Her 2-year-old, we were at her second birthday party. We were in the winter rental.
So the benefit of the loan that we took, we did an FHA 203K. So for that period, for the period of 7 months, whatever it was, the mortgage payments were rolled into the loan. And we had to get a winter rental. Like, we live in a beach town, so during the winter times, there's houses that people rent out for winter rentals, and that's what ultimately we had to do. We moved in October, and then we had to be out like the second week of May. So
it was rushed.
yeah, it was rushed. It was
I would not recommend it.
No.
Like, I would give yourself at least a year.
Yeah.
Because when we moved in, I remember having a mental breakdown because there was nothing. Like, I couldn't even use the stove to boil water.
Yeah.
We didn't have a microwave, so like I think we had like I couldn't heat anything up. Like, I
Yeah.
remember for the kids, like the one day I was
It
trying to
was-
like make Ava something to eat, and I just had like nothing, and there was nothing working in the house, and I
Yeah.
was just like, I am done.
Yeah.
And then for a while where we're living, we only used like one bathroom. Remember, we only
Yeah.
had the one bathroom.
Yeah. Couldn't use everything. Yeah.
So when we were out for 6 months, but the house was like, I would say it definitely took like a solid 10 months to probably closer to a year until it was like finished.
Yeah. Yeah. We were doing a bunch while we lived here.
Yeah. I feel like every day you came home, we were working.
Contractors were here. So
That was uncomfortable too. Like,
Yeah.
I would have rather not been, because you don't realize how uncomfortable it is being in your house and then having contractors here working, especially with kids too. Like, it's just, I didn't.
Yeah,
It's
it was a lot. It was and what's funny is, like, somebody had once said to me once, like, if your marriage can make it through building a home together, it's unbreakable. And it tested the crap out of us.
It's
It
just
really did.
you're living on edge. Like, you're in
You're-
we're in so much debt, like
Yeah.
trying to afford everything to do this house. You also have the kids and their normal lifestyle. Like,
Yeah.
he's going to work. I was working in the salon at this time, trying to build this business,
Mm-hmm.
and then like not having anything done in the house and having random people come in and out at all
Was
times.
I at midnights or evenings?
I don't remember.
I was either on the evening
No,
shift or
yeah.
midnights,
It
whatever
was
it
just
was,
like-
and I was spending my days here. From the minute I got up in the morning, I was either here or at work. And I was never at the house with them. I was always doing something here. Like, I would come here and clean up. Almost every night I was here doing something.
Yeah.
I did all the demo myself. I did, I rented machines. We dug out the front and backyard. It was just, I was fortunate enough to learn a lot of,
I got a lot of those of like, how long couldn't you live in your home?
yeah.
And I was just like reading that over and over again, and I would definitely say a year. Like, if
Yeah.
you're doing the amount that we did,
Yeah.
and we had that unfortunate circumstance.
Yeah.
But even without that, I would say give yourself at least a year. Like, don't rush it.
Yeah, you don't, because
Unless it's just like the two of you. Unless you
Yeah.
don't have any kids, I feel like that would have been.
Yeah,
If it was
it's-
just me and
yeah.
Dave. That if you have a family,
it would have been fine.
yeah.
We
If
could've
you
lived on
don't, then
takeout.
maybe after like 6 months, once everything's up, get a blow up mattress and.
Yeah, but no, it was tough. It was tough. It was exhausting.
Yeah, and then a lot of we already answered that. Did you knock it down or do it yourself? What was the other one that I wanted to answer? Would you do it again versus buying another house?
I would never do it again.
So
Here's
I feel
the
like
thing.
that's a double-edged sword because
Yeah.
I would never do it again. It was like all the moving, like packing up, moving
Mm-hmm.
into a winter rental as a family of 6, and we have a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And then unpacking, and like we should have got a storage container in the beginning too.
Yeah.
Because we
We
bought
waited to get
every
pods.
yeah, and we
Which was
we left
stupid.
things downstairs which got ruined when we had that nor'easter.
Yeah,
So
we had
lost.
a lot of stuff that got destroyed in the basement.
We should have went through insurance because we had a lot
Yep.
that got destroyed,
Probably close to
including kids'
$100,000,
furnitures,
yeah.
our couches, like big
Yeah.
items, dressers, all of our like electronics that were boxed up from the kitchen,
Yeah.
the plates. Like, me and my mom tried to salvage stuff, and it was just glass, bro. It was awful.
It was awful. The entire ceiling just fell down.
Yeah, so we should have got a pod
Yep.
and put our stuff in a pod, but that was we were saving every penny, and that
Yeah.
was an additional expense.
Mm-hmm.
And then so we had all that stuff in the winter rental, all this stuff down here. So then to pack up and to go through everything, it was a disaster.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of moving with the kids that but at the same point where we live, we couldn't afford to buy the houses here are ridiculously priced, and for us to get a 4-bedroom house,
It's impossible.
it's literally with a basement is
Yeah, it's
literally,
impossible.
and to stay in the school district and
Yeah.
like the neighborhood we were in,
Could never do it.
you
It's
couldn't
impossible.
do it then in 2020
22,
Well,
2021.
we were looking
Yeah,
at,
we
like,
looked. We went and
2020.
looked. We actually that was
And
our
then you
first
couldn't
move.
do anything for under 700,000,
Yeah.
which you were like, oh, our max is 500, and it was
Yeah.
like, you're gonna get less than what you have now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah. So, and now it's even more.
Yeah. Oh, now it's insane.
A lot of how much cost we did that. Dave did it all himself, right? Larry X that.
Oh, no.
A lot of the
I wish.
cost. So, like we said, it was about 425,000.
Yeah. Well, and what's funny is like all these builders that I talked to, like, it was going to cost me so much more. Like, I saved a ton doing it the way I did it.
Oh yeah, our quotes were ridiculous.
It was ridiculous what I was getting, and I was like, I just can't. To answer that question, would I do it again? The only stipulation that I would be able to do it again is if I could afford to not have to lift one finger. If I could do it knowing that I would not have to lift one finger and any mistakes in the house would not be on my ass and they'd be on somebody else's, then sure, I would build another house.
Yeah.
But, like, barring winning the Powerball or the Mega Millions, I don't see that happening in my future. And no.
No, and if we had somewhere else to live for a solid year,
Yeah.
that would be the only way. Like if we
Yeah.
had a rental which you can't find any rentals
No.
where we live for a year, like because
Yeah.
we wanted to stay in the
I would
kids'
even
school
say
district.
for a year and a half, like
Yeah.
just
If we were
so there's
able-
no.
Yeah, that's the only way I would do it again. If we had a locked-in winter rental that we could
Yeah.
go with all the kids,
Yeah.
and if we had enough money to have someone do it
Yeah,
themselves and it not be on us.
yeah, and this way,
That
like
way-
the regrets that I have currently with the way our house
Because
is.
we were rushed too. It was our first
Yeah.
time. There was decisions made because we were like not financially we had to do it, but we
Yeah.
were not financially in the best place.
No, I regret a bunch. I do. There's some definite regrets that I have.
One day we're gonna move that staircase.
I don't know. I don't think that's ever gonna happen, but yeah, I regret a
But
lot.
one day we're gonna move this staircase and this is all gonna be open.
I would love that. I don't know how much it would cost, but I would love that.
We're gonna do it soon.
No, we're not. We're not.
And we're gonna live in here while we're doing that.
No.
And we have post-traumatic stress from
Yeah.
that. But those I will pop up though, like I'm gonna do a little walking tour and show you guys all the rooms. Especially now when no one's home.
Yeah.
Just because I always get questions on that. But keep in mind it's been lived in, so it's not like a complete
Yeah.
new build where there's nothing around. Like you're gonna see kids' toys and dining room tables filled with junk right now.
Yep. Yeah, it's always.
But
fun.
that's what it looks like in the norm. So if you have any other questions, leave them in the comments or just DM me them on Instagram because I see those more.
Yeah.
Or DM Dave at Janie's husband.
Janie's husband.
Janie's _husband. You can find him on Instagram.
Yep.
Right? That's the
Janie's
name?
_husband. Yep.
And that
Post it
wasn't-
on there.
Post your questions.
Yep. Send me messages.
No!
I respond.
Not girls.
Anyone.
No. Okay, so it's raining out, so don't mind the towel, but there is the dining room. That is the kitchen. And then here's like the front hallway. I feel like you always see this in every video. I was just grabbing packages. And then here is our living room, which is pretty much Ava's area. Here's our bathroom, which is Rocky's. This is the dance. Yeah. Yeah. Ava had to go to the dentist and they had to pinch her cheek. And then this is my office, which is a disaster. Peter just threw his backpack in here. All of like PR kind of stuff, our turf. I just have my desk, that needs to be cleaned off. And then when you come around this way, so you can see outside there, this is this little hallway. This is our snack pantry. I should turn the light on. So this is what the snack pantry looks like. Fully stocked. And then, okay. This is the kitchen again. No one judge me for how messy. Then when you go downstairs, this is the basement. I don't think anyone's down here. Oh, Peter's down here. So this is the basement, and that's Ava's little like play area thing over there. This is pretty much just like the kids' play area. And when you come in here, This is where Dave's podcasting was and like his little gaming room. And then we have another bathroom down here, which is pretty much just like Peter's bathroom. He usually has all of his stuff in here. I don't know what happened here. Dave took the door off there for some reason. That is covered. This is this bathroom in here. Shut that light off. That light. This in here is just storage. Really, Christmas and just a bunch of storage. And then when you come back upstairs, there's a little baby boy. The little baby. Oh, the little baby. Oh, let me see your face. Okay, so back in the kitchen, and then this is just another angle of the dining room. And then in here, you've seen this before. This is the garage. Why is that back door open? Who opened it? Unless Nico did that. So this is the garage. I'm going to shut this because I want this locked. Rocky can open this. You did it, didn't you? This is my little workout area, the treadmill where we keep all the kids' 5 million bikes. And then, look at how dirty this is from him scratching. Come on, Rock. And you go upstairs. This is the laundry room, which is also a complete disaster right now. Dave's stuff's in there. Dave's stuff's over here too. And then I think that stuff's clean and needs to be folded. This is my stuff. And then there's like this little hallway so you can see down there. Then when you come here, this is the kids' bathroom. Ava's toothpaste is out. Just 2 sinks, and then they have their shower in here. And then all the kids' bedrooms are the same. This is Peter's, which is a disaster. And then this one is the boys' bedroom. And this one is Ava's bedroom. Up there is this, like the walk-up attic when you go up that way. And then this is mine and Dave's bedroom. So we just have the 2 little chairs. And then when you come through here, this is our bathroom, our shower. This could probably go in the hamper since we're not wearing that. This is Ava's tub. That's why the toys are there. I think I have maybe used that tub maybe twice, in all honesty. I don't even think it's been 2 times. I just pretty much give her a bath in that tub all the time. And then this is the closet, which now is an awful time to be showing you this because we have piles of stuff. Oh, I left my pants on the floor when I was getting ready this morning. That's nice. Where I do like pretty much all my try-on hauls. This is Dave's side. That's more of my stuff. That's pretty much Dave's stuff, which I know you guys have seen up here before. Listen, we were rushing this morning. I was a slob, and you were really just seeing everything. And then in all of these little quadrants right here, there's 4 of them. There's 2 back there, 1 here, and 1 here. This is like where we have our little security command section and where I do my Christmas stuff. And in here is like a lot of gifted stuff, extra stuff, my suitcases. But yeah, there's all of these are the 4 are like that. And then I'll just walk you back to downstairs. We have the high ceilings too in here. And then it's freezing in here. And then this is what it looks like walking downstairs. Back to here where the stuff's just out. Oh, he came back in. And yeah, that's pretty much the whole house tour. I know honestly, this is what it's like though 90% of the time. I'm not going to try and clean and act like our house is spotless. We have kids, we live in it, like that's just the way it is. I wish I was more organized, but I am a type B kind of personality. I'm a hot mess. There's like clutter everywhere. I'm trying to get better at it. And then if it wasn't raining, I would show you the outside, but it's honestly freezing and so miserable out. And I'm ready to just curl up on my couch with a blanket. But I hope you enjoyed this little home Q&A. This is why it's freezing. This is open. Oh, look how pretty that is. It's so nice to see the pool back there.